President of the United States, President Obama, Mr. Trump, for the moment, steps away from the inaugural
What a great
address.
honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President.
Hey guys, I misspoke yesterday, and before I knew it, the gas prices are up through the roof. Yesterday I told you it was like $3.76 around here. No, that's a falsehood. Those days are gone. We were out yesterday driving around, and kudos to young girl we met, the Gen Zer, who gave us great service by the name of Nicole in awesome restaurant in Mount Prospect. The name of the place, I think it was called Players Club or Players something. We'll be back there. It was a great place to hang out, have some good food and a few drinks. Getting back to the gas here. The gas yesterday was like $4.19. Some of the places were selling it for $4.29, if you can believe that. Gas prices are rising. So, I expect to pay more at the pump, and everything's going to start costing more again. So I expect to see your prices rise in the grocery store and everywhere else. So let's talk too about another one of my pet peeves is being prepared. Okay, now there's many ways of being prepared, but what I find out is very few people are prepared in many ways. I don't know if you've heard the statistics that 60% of people don't have $400 in a backup account or emergency day fund to help them through the tough financial times in life. But I'm here to tell you also that a lot of people don't even have the capability or preparedness in their cars, right? People don't carry jumper cables anymore. People don't even check their spare tire to make sure it's got air on it. People don't carry air inflators with them, right? It's like a $45, $50 device that allows you to put air in your tire when you need it instead of going to the gas station paying $4 or $5. People don't carry a tire gauge, right, to tell how much air is in their tires. I carry all those things plus more. I carry a trauma kit. I carry a first aid kit. I also usually, although I found out last week when I tried to help someone, I didn't have any fix flat in my car that I normally carry. I was helping out an employee of Aldi's who had just pulled into the parking lot at Aldi's late last week, and he had a screw or a nail in his tread, and we were able to loosen the lug nuts except for one that was stripped, and he was going to have somebody come out with an impact wrench in order to get that thing off. But there again, he didn't have an inflator, tire inflator, and his spare donut tire was like supposed to be at 60 pounds per square inch. It was down to like 10. So we pumped that up for him, and I think he was going to finish his shift, and his father or somebody was going to come out and help him. So I usually encounter, the sad part is all the stuff that I carry in my cars to be prepared for something happening, I usually use them 2 or 3 times a year to help other people. Go figure, right? Let me tell you, I had a conversation with one of go back to I have crazy relatives, but anyway, I have a nephew who just purchased a used car about 6 months ago, and I asked him, do you have jumper cables? Do you have an air inflator? Do you have a blanket? Do you have this? And the answer was, no, I don't worry about that. I have a AAA membership. Well, the last time, I haven't really talked to him about it much since then, but last month I talked to him. He says he's already had 3 nails in his tire this year, and I don't know if he learned how to undo the tires himself, or he's calling AAA. So, you know, relying on AAA may take some time, especially if, you know, like around here when batteries and stuff, cars don't start. It's usually like, you know, below zero and everyone and their uncle's got a problem. I choose to be self-sufficient. I really do. And sad to say, I think people are losing their self-sufficiency more and more as the years go by. I'm not sure why, but you know, maybe it's a Gen Z thing, maybe it's a millennial thing. You know, everyone's reliant on other people, or, you know, people like to be a victim, right? We all want to be a victim, and we want someone else to take care of us. Socialism. I mean, did I say that? No. So there you go. It's not too bad here today. We're supposed to get up into 95 and humid here. It's a little bit hot, but I'm in the shade here in the backyard. Got the umbrella out and sitting out here. It's not too bad. I'm not sweating yet. I got my pizza idea box here and trying to talk to you guys a little bit. So I want you guys to be prepared, right? You got to be prepared financially. You got to be prepared with food. You got to be prepared physically. You got to be prepared mentally for what's coming, right? Like I said, I encounter many people who just don't want to put the effort or brain power into thinking through where they're vulnerable and what could happen in the near and long-term future as we go down this path of failing banks and inflation. I truly believe at some point we're going to see, you know, hyperinflation, right? Just like, geez, in a matter of a week here, gas prices have gone up like 50, 60 cents. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Just like last week, it was $3.74, $3.76. Now it's $3.19. And as we drove closer into the city, we were finding $4.29 gas. So, you gotta be prepared, right? You gotta be prepared. And if you're not, you open yourself for whatever happens type of scenario. And, you don't want to be that person stuck on the side of a road at 10 o'clock at night with your family and young kids and looking for help, because it truly may come. The help may come, but just the experience of being stuck on the road. And I don't know about you guys, but around here, many of even police officers have been tragically hurt on the side of the roads by, I don't know, people just not paying attention or drunk drivers, who knows what. But there are many, and that's not just one or two, there's like many cases where police officers have been hit by people that are driving on an interstate while they're on the side trying to help somebody. So be careful out there. That's another reason to be prepared, right? I mean, it's about accountability. It's about being able to take care of yourself, which we should all strive for. Really, I don't know why you wouldn't want to, but that is where I'm coming from. So there you go. I also think, I mean, the things are we're heading towards Mad Max here, guys. I don't know if you watch, a lot of people are in denial and they refuse to watch the news. But, you know, just in the last week, I've seen in Sacramento, California, there was a bunch of people or a mob that overtook an Amazon truck. It was an Amazon semi that came upon this mob that was protesting or something. And this mob decided to take over the truck and open it up and take all the packages out. Crazy. Just last week here in Chicago, in the Beverly neighborhood, which is the southwest side, they had a SWAT instance where there was a 10-year-old with a poo-poo. Have you ever heard of a poo-poo? You know, physical poo-poo. a 10-year-old had one of his family's poo-poos and was firing at the police. 10 years old. 10 years old. I think I saw one today in the news too. Something about a 14-year-old kid. So, yeah, there's no shortage of young kids with poo-poos, and it's getting out of control. So, you know, most of the stuff's in the city, but I firmly believe at some point it's coming out of the city. I mean, we have an acquaintance who lives in the north side of the city, and she takes mass transit, and she says it's crazy. She says you wouldn't believe the stuff that she sees. She even had a video or a picture of she was riding the bus, and she usually sits behind the bus driver because people usually don't mess with the bus driver. But one day this year, just like a month, 6 weeks ago, she was in part of a drive-by poo-poo. And luckily she wasn't hurt, but it looks like the window on this bus was thick enough that it stopped the projectile. And yep, there's my friends, the birds. They're out. They're having a good time. So, you know, you're not immune. She you know, she lives in a decent part of town, but it's everywhere. As they you know, as they steal all the stuff in their neighborhood, they're just going to go out looking for more in other parts of the city. So that's why they migrate. They're like birds too, right? These thieves are just like birds. They migrate to where the resources are at. So I think that's all I have for you today. I'm going to take my pizza box back in the house and get back in the air conditioning while I get this video out for you guys. So my word to you is to be prepared, right? Do what you can do to be prepared. Think about where you lack in your preparedness in your life, and start doing it because time's running short, folks. I'm telling you that time is running short. You're going to see lots of bubbles bursting here in the near future. They say we don't have a recession and we're not going to go into recession, but I'm here to tell you we are already in a recession. So don't believe what the mass media is telling you because, one, it's not true. So we are in a recession. You know, bank money and easy money is constricting quickly. You're going to start seeing sales. Cash is going to be king, and cash is king, but you're going to see people start selling their boats and their nice cars and things that they can't afford anymore. I mean, we already see the repos raging, like 20,000 repos a day across this nation. So you're going to see those repos maybe get sold cheap in the coming months. You're going to see cars that lining up on some of the websites that are just going for pennies on the dollar, hopefully, and you can get yourself a deal. So if you're good with cars, you can find some good deals and maybe flip them and make some money. But just, you know, ways to be prepared and take advantage of what's going on. That's what you got to do, and it doesn't happen overnight, folks. You got to free up that cash. You got to accumulate that cash, and you got to get out of debt. So because you're not going to be able to go to the local bank and get a loan for a car that's on sale, and you know, you're gonna, if so, you're gonna pay the 8, 9, 10%, or if it's a used car, geez, probably 12, 13% at this point. But anyway, that's all I have. I'm gonna stop ranting. Kudos to you guys. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. It's DJ Wonder Chrissy over and out.